Yeah. What's good? You guys are tuned into the Link Up featuring the lovely Symone Stanley, Lord Brunson, you feel me? And I'm your guy, Tone DeShields the second. Make sure you guys
Somebody,
smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed, man. We appreciate the love and the support, man. The content don't move without y'all. It's just that simple. The ball don't keep rolling without y'all. So make sure you keep doing your job. Stay active in the live chat. Stay active in the comment section. We love when y'all beefing with us, so it is what it is, man. We always got the smoke. You know what I mean? So, y'all, let's talk.
wait. Somebody called us the late up.
No, the crazy thing is, y'all, I thought the show started at 2:30. So
Ooh, I'm glad you said it, not me. I'm glad you said it, not me.
Look, it was like 1:50 and my food just got finished. I was like, ooh, I got 40 minutes to eat before the show starts. I'm not gonna be eating on the show. I'm sitting beside the laptop eating, scrolling. I'm like, so where you at? Oh,
Hey, LB, I'm glad you brought it up, right?
She the one gave us this time.
No, so it was so this how it happened. She said, when we doing it, I said, all right, let's do Wednesday 12. She said, I got a dentist appointment. I said, all right, bet. Let's do Tuesday 2. Then she was like, LB, like that's cool, right? So
I gave the thumbs up.
So that's why I love text, bro, because it's all right there. It's all right there, bro. But nonetheless, you made it on time. It is.
I was so mad when I had to put that food down, y'all.
So what was you? So what was you eating? What was you about to eat?
I was eating some chili, snuggled up, good.
It's not even winter.
You got some chili. You got some cornbread.
Just some chili.
Oh damn! You ain't got no tortilla chips in there. You ain't got nothing.
I do have some tortilla chips.
Oh, I bet.
What the hell you eating chili for? It's still 80 degrees outside.
Yo, dead ass.
I be eating chili year round, y'all, because it's easy to make.
Chili do go hard though.
It's so easy to make, so it's just like I
like to sprinkle a little cheese in mine too. Anyway,
I don't like cheese in the chili.
Oh, I love it, man. But we got some things to talk about, y'all. I think this is going to be probably one of our more interesting episodes because I think the concerns that a lot of us had from week 1 are continuing into week 2. And I'm just really curious to check your temperature because obviously I see y'all tweets. You know, we text during the game sometimes, but it's nothing like actually hearing it from y'all like live and in full in color. You know what I'm saying? So let's just start with it. Right? Let's start with the obvious. The Eagles did win their game against the Chiefs. They beat them 20-17, and it was probably the ugliest game I watched out of all because I watched a lot of football this weekend. A lot. It was the ugliest game I watched all weekend. From both teams, right? Especially offensively. Both teams put on a defensive show, but offensively, from the Eagles' perspective, it was very anemic, very, very bland, very boring. It was unseasoned. You know what I mean? So I want to get y'all perspective on this thing before I really lay out how I view this thing in the macro. But LB, let's start with you, man. Let's start with you. When you were watching that game and the final result was the final result, walk me through some of your emotions, some of your instant reactions after the game, and then walk me through how you felt 24 to 48 hours later.
So I had 2 instant reactions after the game. First one was Kevin McCuba is a dog. That was the first thing I said. I was just blown away by Andrew McCuba. You know,
See,
I can't even wait. I can't even wait to get to Kevin. But Andrew McCuba is just a dog. You know what I mean? He's everything that all of my concerns that I had going into the season, he erased them. I ain't like Patrick Mahomes running him over, but then he bounced back and he hit somebody bigger than Pat. You know what I mean? And got that tackle for loss. He had a sack, the crucial interception that probably saved the game. He was always where he was supposed to be. We got our safety. Andrew McCuba could play. That's the end of that chapter right there. He's been making plays. He makes a play every time he's on the field. So I was cool with the defense. Also, Zadarius Smith came in. Ain't really played no training camp nowhere, do nothing like that. Automatically stepped up to the plate and looked like he belonged as a Philadelphia Eagle. Jordan Davis is continuing to still ball out. It's hard for me to keep judging Adoree Jackson because we really ain't really putting no points on us and exposing us for real. You know what I mean? Adoree Jackson is giving up a play or two here, but he ain't really getting like beat or cooked yet. So it's so hard for me to really have a beat out on him. But the defense was amazing. And then you get to the offensive side of the ball, and like the foul is open now. First it was on the desk, now the foul is open. I think it's more than open. I'm reading through the foul. He's ass. He's not a great offensive coordinator. He's not a great play caller. Everybody's making fun of us. Everybody, and they should be. Tom Brady said our playbook was a Denny's menu. A Denny's menu. Matter of fact, a Waffle House menu. Waffle House might got more options.
No, Waffle House got a better menu than Denny's. If you ask me,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, Jesus Christ, they said we reading plays off a Denny's menu. AJ Brown ran a slant from the same position 10 times. Like Spagnolia and these guys ain't smart enough. This is the Chiefs we talking about. The Chiefs. No answer for the blitz. Bland ass. Jalen Hurts saved them by not turning the ball over. Mm-hmm. Saved them. But then we seen Jalen Hurts get hit so damn hard. It's the hardest hit he ever took in his life. And I blame the play calling.
He got speared. I never seen nothing like that before in my life with him. Never.
Bruh, feet in the air, legs out. Feet in the air, legs out, looking like the Jordan sign. My quarterback ain't supposed to look like that. My quarterback ain't supposed to go out looking like no freaking midair. Legs all up, swinging around, getting dumped on his ass. No, that's for Daniel Jones, Dak Prescott, guys like that. Jalen Hurts ain't supposed to go out. Look, I was disgusted by the offense, to say the least. Mm-hmm. The play calling, the timing of the plays was ass too. Because when we called the play that we should call against a blitz, we called it against coverage. Then when we called the play that we should call against coverage, we called it against a blitz. It's like no feel for the game, no finesse. Bro, stop hiring. Man, I'm pissed off about this offense. AJ Brown, I can't even blame these guys and say man up or suck it up. We didn't throw a passing touchdown yet this year. And you know what really bothers me the most about it, y'all, is that we've seen these guys put belt to ass on the offense. These guys can do it, but they're being told not to do it. Nobody in the building is smart enough to get the Ferrari on the highway and make it go 80. We got a Ferrari and we going 20 miles an hour. And for all the people that's about to say it's just week 2, shove it up your ass with that, because I'm trying to repeat. And that starts now. So I don't even want to hear that in the chat that it's just week 2. Shove that one right up your ass. I don't care what week it is. You can't be coming out here looking like that. We the defending champs with AJ Brown, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and our quarterback in the air with his legs open, looking like he's shooting an X-rated film. Stop it, man. Here go the foul. Here go the foul. That's all I gotta say, bro. I'm sorry, y'all, but I was upset.
No, you good. You good. I'm glad you got it off your chest now. So that was your instant reaction. Is that the same as is your 24 to 48 hour reaction still similar?
Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
Understood.
I don't care what he said in the press conference. I don't care what he's talking about. I didn't watch it. Nothing's changed.
I didn't watch it either, personally, to your point. So
Seth Joyner, that's my guy. I tried to hit Seth up. Seth like, oh, it's week 2. I gotta tell Seth that no, stop saying that shit, Seth. Nothing's changed.
So Symone,
the guy been in the building. He been in the building. Last thing, he been in the building, Jalen, whole career, and you don't know how to use him? Get him out of here, man.
Symone, your turn. What you got for me?
My initial reaction was victory, because at the end of the day, I won a football game. Okay, so I like to enjoy my wins. We only have 17 weeks of football regular season. We get more, of course, with the Birds, but it's only a few weeks of these. You only get 20 some games a year. Okay, so when I win 1 out of 20 days out of 365 days of the year, I do like to enjoy my win. So obviously my initial reaction, my still reaction is being happy. I mean, my football team won this week. A lot of people can't say that, G. We're 18-1 in the last 19 games. Our defense is what was key for the Super Bowl team, and our defense, despite losing a bunch of pieces, is still carrying that mantle this year. We now have 39 turnovers in the last 19 games where we're 18-1. Big question coming into this season was what that defense going to look like after losing so many pieces. And we see guys stepping up. We see guys stepping in. CJ Gardner-Johnson, shoot, we not even saying that name no more because the replacement, Andrew Mukuba, came in, sit right down, getting them picks. CJ with a guy. You got Jahai Campbell, rookie, coming in, stepping up from the Kobe Dean, who had a phenomenal year last year. You got Zadarius Smith, no camp, coming out, getting pressure early. So this, if this team is gonna go, the defense got to be locked in, and that's what we're seeing early. The haters all off season, the haters said y'all defense ain't G, y'all defense about to fall off. Y'all lost everybody on defense. That's what the haters was hoping for from this Eagles team this year, and that's not the case with the defense. So I'm very pleased with the defense. Still not even 100%. Jalen Carter not even fully healthy. We don't even know what we got going on at cornerback 2 right now. So even with a lot of questions on the defense, they're still biting down. Obviously, the offense, very conservative, a lot of run plays. Too early, every first down, run play on every gosh darn 1st and 10, twice on 3rd and long. We handed it off to Saquon. So obviously the offense gotta be more explosive. We need to be going downfield way more. But at the end of the day, I mean, we won the football game. Defense still leading the charge. We win in the turnover battle, doing what we got to do. So I mean, shoot.
Yeah. Symone, was that it for you?
Mm-hmm.
So my instant reaction was similar. My instant reaction was, okay, you won the game. You won the game. You on the road, a tough environment at Arrowhead. This team knows you very well. This will be your 5th time playing in the past 5 years. And you're coming off of just smacking them in the Super Bowl. So they got a chip on their shoulder from that. They started their season 0-1. So they're feeling desperate because that's not a position they're used to being in. And you went up against a highly motivated Chiefs team that's looking to change the narrative. And in a sense, you put the nail in the coffin and you set them back 0-2. And you start the season 2-0. Despite your deficiency. So that's something that does make you feel good about the team. You're 2-0. Secondly, your defense is playing very well. Obviously, outside of that first half with the Cowboys, for the most part, that defense has been playing very, very well. They shot the Cowboys in the second half, and they made Patrick Mahomes look very uncomfortable. The only offense they were able to generate the entire game was Patrick Mahomes going off script, scrambling for 10 yards, 8 yards, 15 yards there. So they really struggled to generate a consistent source of offense. And obviously they were without Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice, and they don't really have a running game. And their offensive line is still developing. They got a rookie at left tackle. But I felt pretty good about the defense's ability to handle a quarterback of the caliber of Patrick Mahomes, right? Now, Zadarius Smith, another guy, stood out to me. First game, I mean, he make the defensive line just look bigger. Like you just see how he moves on the defense side of the ball. He was in on every play. Jordan Davis played well. Cooper Dejean played well. Nolan Smith had a great game, especially in run defense. I think the Philadelphia Eagles did a phenomenal job just scraping the lanes and just playing really well on defense. Andrew McCouba, I mean, game-saving pick. I think he could have took it to the house if he probably would have cut inside. But regardless, though, he took it 40-plus yards, setting up the offense. Overall, I have nothing really bad to say about the defense. I think the defense, like last year, will probably be the best side of the ball for the Eagles. At least at this point to prove otherwise. Now let's get to the offensive side. I'll be honest. I was disgusted. From what I saw in that game offensively. I rewatched it. I watched some of the film. And look, I'm not down there. I'm not in the head of the quarterback. I don't know what his first read or his second or his third read is. I don't. But there were moments where I felt like he could have hit A.J. Brown sooner in his route, but he didn't. He waited too long for whatever reason. Spags blitzed Jalen Hurts more than he's blitzed any other quarterback over the past several years. I think he blitzed Hurts on like 60% of his dropbacks or something like that. It was something crazy. So Spags really emptied the clip on Jalen, and Jalen only had an average of 2.11 seconds to throw the ball, so he really didn't have no time to really diagnose what was happening. Nonetheless, that doesn't excuse Kevin Patullo's performance. I'm going to hold Kevin Patullo accountable. Despite me having a different length of leash, I know LB's leash is significantly shorter than mine.
He got it by the collar. He ain't even got a leash on that thing.
He don't got no leash.
He got it by the collar.
He's a stray dog avoiding traffic. He's not on the leash.
Exactly.
He's by a car at any time.
Exactly. So my leash is significantly longer than LB's right now. But based on what I saw in that game, you got to be looking at him sideways. You got to be looking at him funny in the light, because there's no way that offense should look that inept, that limited with that type of talent. You got Jalen Hurts at quarterback, you got Saquon at running back, AJ Brown, Devontae, so on and so forth. Yes, you were without Dallas Goedert, but you shouldn't look that inept. I don't think the offensive line has been playing well the past couple games. I just don't. But if I'm really going to take it a step further, I want to start putting a microscope on these tight ends that can't block to save their fucking life. They can't. The first play of the game.
I think
first play of the game.
I'll let you.
Yeah, my bad. First play of the game. Jalen Hurts had AJ Brown touchdown. It's a touchdown. All he need is time. Tight ends can't pick up their blocks. And Jalen Hurts running for his life, ball fall out of his hands. Thank God it had the right bounce and Grant Calcaterra recovered it. But dog, Colin Grant and Grant Calcaterra can't block. They put Cameron Latu in the game. You see Latu blocking his ass off. So I'm seeing the issues with the blitz pickup from the tight ends. But Kevin Patullo, I'm seeing AJ Brown running the same route. The same. Like I probably could count on one hand how many routes I saw in that game. I could probably count on one hand. I'm saying Smitty and AJ. If it's not a comeback, it's a slant. If it's not a slant, it's a go ball. If it's not a go ball, it's an out route. And they're running them from the same positions. It's no variations, no creativity. They're not stressing the defense in any way or form. And it was a point in the game where I'm asking myself, yo, we force feeding AJ. We trying to force feed these guys. Like it's there's no rhythm, there's no flow, there's no pace. I'm not sensing the cohesiveness of this play calling right now.
It was trash.
I'll end my point with this. Although I'm highly critical of Kevin Patullo right now, I want to remind myself and remind other people that ultimately who the Eagles are today are not who they're going to be week 8, week 10, week 12. I expect them to be significantly better offensively. I think the defense is on the right track. I think the defense is only going to get better. They're clearly picking up the vengeance. They clearly remember that Fangio's game from last year, and it's translating to the following season. Remember, they struggled to kind of master it the first 4 weeks, and then they finally got it by week 5, week 6, week 7. But offensively, I expected more from this team. The defense is clearly ahead of them. I'm giving my mindset is, and this is my personal mindset, I'm not trying to convince nobody. I'm not trying to change nobody's mind. What I personally need before I make my sweeping declaration of a person or a player or a coach, I need a 4-game sample size because that's how I look at the season. I break the season down into 4-game increments. So that's just me. I'm not trying to change nobody's mind. I'm not trying to change nobody's mind. But you 2-0, and you got things to figure out. So I need.
People don't understand, Tone. People don't understand how close we are to being 0-2, though. Like, you know what I mean? The 2-0 is cool. I'm glad we're on the other side of it. But we're very close to being 0-2, and it's because the offense is not really doing what the offense should be doing. I'll explain. The Dallas Cowboys dropped a lot of deep balls that could have cost us that game. Patrick Mahomes missed a lot of wide open deep throws that could have caused us the game. Now, the game is over if those passes are completed because we don't have no fire to fight back with. The defense is not going to keep playing like this every single week. We know this. We watch so much football, yo. The defense is not. Goddamn, Adoree Jackson ran into somebody, and Thornton was running up the field wide open. Patrick Mahomes just overthrew him. We are very fortunate to be 2-0 right now. Very, very fortunate. And I can't even be mad at the first play of the game. You want to know why? Because it was a blitz. It was a blitz. We didn't have enough guys to pick up the blitz. Yeah, Calcaterra.
We had enough guys. We had enough guys. They didn't do their job. Colin Grant missed his block. Grant missed it. They flat out missed their blocks. Flat out.
I mean, yeah, that's just poor pass protection in that case. Then, so yeah, you're right about that one. That was a perfect play call dialed up. We was blitzed like 60% of the dropbacks. Why do we take so long to adjust under Kevin Patullo? All he did, just like in the first week, he ran Saquon Barkley into the teeth of the defense, into the teeth of Kenny Clark. Second week, he ran him right at Chris Jones. He waited to the second half to incorporate halfback tosses and plays to get Saquon Barkley on the edge where they can't mess with us. There's very few teams that got the sideline speed that's going to be able to get with us or even stand in front of a Landon Dickerson or Mike Lotta when them guys is running down the field on the sideline. You know what I mean? We're just not using regular football common sense. It's just not football common sense. If you're playing Spagnolia and he's blitzing 60% of the time, where are the hot routes? Let's be for real here, bro. Where are the hot routes? Why are we running 4 verticals against an all-out blitz? It does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I'm tired of shit like this making the quarterback look bad. You're making your team look bad. A.J. Brown is unhappy. Jalen Hurts looks incompetent to some, even though we know what he can do with competent play calling. And this is not nowhere the same as when Kellen Moore started the first 4 games. I hate that narrative too. Kellen Moore designed a beautiful play in the Falcons game. Saquon just dropped the ball.
Where was Kellen?
3-1.
To your point.
But my thing is
just to push back, where was Kellen in New Orleans?
Where was Kellen in the world? That's one game. In Brazil, Jalen Hurts had 200 passing yards.
But I think it's valid to bring that up though.
I don't think so.
Hey, you have to. We're talking about offensive production, right?
Kellen Moore. We are talking about offensive production. And you're talking about one game. This is back to back though. This is 2 weeks in a row now.
Now the Buccaneers game. Now, granted, they had injuries, so it's kind of unfair. The Buccaneers game, that's kind of unfair.
Kellen Moore never had these guys looking this incompetent 2 weeks in a row.
But my thing is, last year in the beginning of the season, throughout the season, it's always gonna be something to complain about. Last year on this show, every week we was complaining that the offense wasn't getting out a hot start. It's going to catch up to us. Defense got to hold it down for the whole first quarter. Offense got to get going sooner. It's always going to be something to complain about because no football team is perfect. But at the end of the day, we starting off 2-0 and know what we need to work on versus starting off 0-2 in the hole with something to work on.
Or 1-1.
At the end of the day, no team is going to be perfect. It's the beginning of the season. It's a new play caller. Whether he should know what he's doing or he shouldn't, he knew at the position, and the team is 2-0. And everybody make mistakes in a game. Yeah, there were drops there. There were drops here. By the end of the day, who took care of the football? We did in both of those games. Who won the things that mattered?
I'm glad you said it, Symone, because here's another thing, right? It's funny because ultimately I do agree with the criticism of Kevin Patullo. I want to make sure my position is pretty clear about that. I'm not disagreeing with the criticism of Kevin Patullo, right? I think what I disagree with most people is the macro view of this team. And I think that is in those first 4 weeks, we had a lot to complain about last year. A lot. And some of it was defensively. Some of it was not scoring early in the first quarter. Some of it was the turnovers. We had so much to criticize about this team last year in those first 4 weeks. Some of it was Kellen Moore related. Some of it was Jalen Hurts related. Some of it was defensively related. These first 4 weeks, or at least the first 2 weeks so far, the one thing we've been complaining about was Kellen Moore's play call. I mean, I started Kellen Moore. Kevin Patullo's play call. We're not turning the ball over. We're playing good defense. Sure, could a pass, if this pass connects to this guy, is the game different? Sure, but you can say that for every single game you watch on Sunday. Every game you watch on Sunday, you can say if this guy catch this ball, if this guy run this, if this guy do this, it's different. Yes, that's obvious for every single game you play. And I guess what I'm trying to say is ultimately we're always going to have something to really criticize about this team, especially in the first couple of weeks. And I'm not saying the criticism is justified. Again, the criticism of Kevin Patullo is absolutely justified.
The circumstances absolutely justified. Are different.
But I'm not. Yes, every year got different circumstances. But again, I say I'd rather be working on these issues 2-0 than be the Chiefs 0-2 with those issues.
Exactly. Because the big difference maker is the team finding a way to win.
And your quarterback not turning the ball over. You're playing good defense. You got these things that they're talking about because it's not a talent issue. That's one thing we could all agree on. It's not a talent issue.
It is, though.
We got talent.
The offensive coordinator is not talented.
It's not a personnel issue.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, Symone. It's not a personnel issue. So again, I look at it from the perspective of we got things to fix offensively from a play calling standpoint. I think that's fixable, all things considered. I think it's fixable.
Okay. The Russell Wilson just threw for 450 yards against the Cowboys. We struggled offensively through the air against the Cowboys.
And the Giants lost because the
Giants did lose the game. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers was dog walking the Chiefs in week 1. And we struggled to throw the ball through the air against it. We lack creativity. This is why you can't compare last season to this season. AJ Brown played in Brazil and he was out for like 3 weeks. So we didn't have AJ Brown against the Saints, and Smitty went out in that game. Saquon Barkley also had a couple 100-yard rushing games. The offensive line was playing much better as well during that stretch. Saquon Barkley does not have a 100-yard rushing game yet in 2 games. We don't have a 100-yard receiver yet. Jalen Hurts hasn't thrown a passing touchdown. I'm telling you, the issue is way bigger than us being 2-0. It's a long season. If you keep playing like this, and when the Chiefs get back healthy, the Chiefs will have a better record than the Philadelphia Eagles by the end of the year. This season, this shit just starting. We got to correct these issues right now. The offensive coordinator is not using common football sense. And it's okay. It's okay to be alarmed because this guy ain't going to turn into no genius overnight. He need an advisor. Maybe Nick Sirianni need to call the plays. I don't know what needs to happen. But we play the Rams this week, right? That could be a firefight. Do we have the personnel to fight fire with fire? Now the tape is out. The tape says that if I'm the Rams, I'm going to blitz the hell out of the Eagles because they have no answer for it. That's all Tampa Bay did when we came out in their 10-1 season. Everybody knew we had no answer for the blitz the whole year. They got to change it. And you know what else? Don't run the damn tush push at all next week because you know what the league going to do, right? They're going to flag it. They're going to look for any reason to flag it now because everybody all up in arms about it. So now we're at a disadvantage. Now we can't even run the tush push because they're going to unfairly judge it. We know what's coming down the pipe. And now we got an offensive coordinator that's under pressure who's vowing to insert explosive plays. Bro, don't tell everybody you're going to do it. Just come out and do it.
So what's the solution this week?
The solution this week is to go into first of all, the solution this week is to try to get the pass catchers easy passes. Have some variation. Be different. Mix it up. Mix it up. We're doing the same thing. We're doing the same thing. I haven't seen a designed Jalen Hurts QB keeper yet. This is different for me. I have not seen a design QB keeper from Jalen Hurts. As much as the Chiefs blitzed, that's one of the easiest ways to debunk it. Sending those type of blitzes, open up them running lanes for the quarterback. I haven't seen any of this yet, man. I haven't seen running back screens. It's an easy fix. Just be different. Do something.
Well, so you wait. So you do agree it's easy fix then? So you do agree it's easy fix? You just said that. Remember, you just said that.
It's an easy fix for me because I would use my brain. This guy is just not using his brain, yo. We can't act like we don't see what we don't see, man.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Me and Tone are agreeing with the fact the offense is way too conservative. What we're saying is, at the end of the day, we're still 2-0. We still have a bunch of season ahead of us, and room to improve. That's all we saying. Cool. We not shaking in our boots because we know it's the easy fix. Like you said, it's the easy fix.
So at this point, I'm not sure if Kevin Patullo can fix it. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we got the right guy that can fix it. We got way too much talent on this team.
Let me say this. Whatever our opinions are, y'all see Kevin and Nick dancing on the sidelines. Kevin Patullo ain't going nowhere. Y'all see them celebrating. That's bestie. That's Nick.
That's
bestie.
No, I think
that's sad, bro. That's sad because come on, no answer for a blitz in 2025. This ain't the second year of the existence of football being played. No hot routes. I'm just confused, man. You're gonna run the same slant 10 times with like that, like Trent McDuffie can't key in on that.
But they that relationship between Kevin and Nick, that's a tight one. So
and we're gonna lose players behind that. We're gonna lose players behind that because I'm not gonna sit here and say AJ Brown is a diva or Smitty is a diva and all this.
I don't buy into none of that.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that this year, bro, because they are well within their right to feel like the play call. And AJ is actually being a good sport about it, man. He's being a good sport about it, man. It's a reason why there's always trade rumors around AJ Brown. Because look what the hell, look what we do. Look what we do. We bring in an offensive coordinator who can't call plays. And you got $50 million in wide receiver on the roster. And you can't call plays? You got a $50 million quarterback. All these guys just won a Super Bowl. We should have came out way better than on the offensive side of the ball. I ain't got much more to say about it, but I'm telling you, man, if the Rams come out here and score 28, I got a hard time seeing this offense putting up 28 points with the way they've been playing.
Interesting. Again, I think You know, because some people hear what they want to hear, so I want to make sure it's abundantly clear. I am not comfortable with the way Kevin Patullo has been doing his job right now. I want to make that very clear. I ultimately agree with your sentiment about what we've seen these past 2 weeks. I do strongly agree with what you've been seeing. I think where we differ is just our patience level. That's about it. But everything you've said, in my humble opinion, has been 100% spot on about.
No, right. So my patient level is only this thin for this situation because
you have a sense of urgency because you feel like
team, bro, and you don't.
Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? You don't run into these type of teams that's built to win for years like this often. You know what I mean? We just stepped out of our dark era, and for me to see the darkness again, just a glimmer of it, because of an offensive play calling issue, makes no sense.
So you're paranoid, is what you're saying?
I ain't paranoid because I don't got to go play on Sunday. I'm just using cognitive common sense. If it turns into a firefight, we don't look like that type of team that can handle that right now.
What if I say to you, to your point, because your sense of urgency is understood, but what if I say to you, the Super Bowl is in 1 and 2 weeks,
and you can't have a parade for being 2-0 either. It's a lot of work to be done.
It's not a parade. It's just acknowledging what the reality is. I have opinions that I agree with you on about the offense, and it has not been remotely as efficient as we would like it to be. Me and Symone, we agree with you 100% about that. Ultimately, though, I've been watching a lot of football, and you got your teams out here that's coming out hot. They look good right away.
But we ain't them.
Hold on. You see a lot of teams out here, for example, perfect example, the Green Bay Packers. Everybody riding that wave right now. And I think the Green Bay Packers do look good today. They do. But from my perspective, and based off how the Eagles have moved over the past several years, in particular in the Nick Sirianni era, they have never peaked early. They've never peaked early under Nick Sirianni. Never. So if I'm just going off the trend, I expect this team to peak at the right time, like they've always done. I think about the two Super Bowl runs that they had. They didn't peak early.
They peaked early in 2023 when Jalen was All Pro.
You mean 2022?
Whatever year we lost to the Chiefs the first time, we averaged 25 points at halftime for like 9 weeks. In the first half, we averaged like 25 points for like 9 weeks.
I got to double check that. I could be wrong, but let me double check that ultimately. But regardless, though, wait. How did that schedule go? Who did we play the first 4 weeks in 2022?
I know the home opener was against the Vikings. I was at that game.
That's the game.
Yeah, that was week.
I saw you.
That was week 2. That was week 2. I remember that.
When Shane, that was Monday night. When Shane Steichen was the OC, we was blazing 25 points a game. AJ first season with us. We played the Lions first. We put up 30. And it was on the road against the Lions. That was a shootout from the rip.
Okay, no, I see what you're saying. You're actually right. Oh, wait, I'm looking at something wrong. Hold on, wait. Okay, no, you're correct. So, yeah, I see 38, 24, 24, 29, 20, 20. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I gotta give you on. I mean, I think the offense played better on the back end, but I see what you're saying, though. The bottom line is 38 points, 24 points, 24 points, 29 points, 20, 26, 35. I see what you're saying. So those first 4 weeks, yeah, they definitely were averaging like almost 30 points, like 25, something like that. So I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. And Jalen Hurts had like, no, yeah. I mean, look, you're right. So I see what you're saying now. So I stand corrected on that.
And I don't think, to be fair, I don't think we really was bad the 10-1 start. I don't think we was bad. I think the defense was just bad. I think the offense wasn't that bad the year.
Now you're talking about 2023, right? You're talking about 2023 now, right?
I don't think.
I'm glad you said that.
I think the defense was just really, really bad.
I'm glad you said that. Let's transition to that topic right there because I like that topic, right? I've seen a lot of people try to compare this vibe or this energy or this start to the season to the 2023 season, right? I see a lot of people try to do that, and I strongly disagree with that narrative that these two seasons are similar in any regard. Do you guys agree with that notion, or are you guys getting a similar vibe in 2023? I know a lot of people use the Brian Johnson, Kevin Patullo parallel. I want to get y'all perspective on people comparing 2023 to 2025 because I have strong opinions about that. But Symone, we can start with you.
This ain't that. This ain't that. We had the worst defense in 2023. This team defense we seen is not that. Okay, this Vic Fangio army is not that. We had punks on that team in 2023 on defense. We got dogs this year. This is a 2-0 start, a team coming off a Super Bowl champion, a coach in Nick Sirianni who's got one of the best win-loss records, a Super Bowl MVP quarterback who's done the job, taking care of the ball, a defense that last year was made their name from takeaways, and that's continuing over this year. So this ain't as easy. We got a new play caller. First 2 weeks on the job. Offense didn't play a lick of preseason football, and they going out here and getting wins at the end of the day, coming off a Super Bowl where everybody thought our defense was going to be some bullshit because we lost 5 or 6 starters on that side of the ball. Meanwhile, we 2-0. Okay, we won. We beat the little boys, our rival, at home. Did what we had to do. Week 2, put some fresh dirt on the Chiefs' grave, and we rolling in the next week. 2-0. Like my quarterback said, we effing won the game.
I agree with Symone. This definitely ain't that. This ain't that because luckily for us, defense wins championships, and I think we got a championship caliber defense. We didn't have that in 2023. Mm-hmm. So when you have a defense the defense didn't even peak yet for real. Because Jalen Carter, he still looked like he was getting his legs under him, and we don't know how long Adoree Jackson will be the starter. We just don't know. The defense didn't peak yet. But when you got a defense whose ceiling is as high as the Eagles' defense, that gives the offense a little extra time to try and figure this thing out. Because the defense is always going to keep you in the game for the most part. And to be fair, man, we beat 2 quality opponents, bro. Dallas, then Kansas City on the road. Them not 2 easy wins to stack back to back. A lot of people didn't even have us starting 2-0 based upon the schedule anyway. So listen, man, we won for sure, but I just.
And they're teams that know you well. They're teams that know you very well.
They're two teams that know you well for sure. That know you well for sure. But we can't tush push our way to a Super Bowl this year. I think we ran that shit 9 times yesterday.
Yeah, it was like
on Sunday.
Yeah, I think.
And it's looking sloppier and sloppier. They about to start cracking down on it. People have to make sure they lined up. They gunning for us. So we got to seize our opportunities. We got to be a little smarter on the offensive side of the ball in terms of how we roll our product out. We were able to spend so much money on the offensive side of the ball, and that's why we were able to go so cheap on the defensive side of the ball. But the cheap side is saving the side where it's so much money being spent. I'm telling you, if this offense keep looking pedestrian, Howie Roseman might start taking some calls on the offensive side of the ball because, if we ain't throwing the ball and we still stacking wins or whatever the case may be, why do we need a $33 million wide receiver?
I'm glad you said that because here's my opinion about that. I don't really understand that. Here's my opinion though, because I heard Shady say that too. He said something along the lines of, "Well, if we ain't doing this, why are you paying this guy $30+ million?" Like the reality is, even if we're not taking advantage of him, right, and we should be taking advantage of AJ Brown, we should be taking advantage of Devontae Smith, we should be. But here's the reality. When you don't have those guys, teams game plan for you different. They game plan for you different. They account for different things. If I know, regardless if they hitting them or not, if I know I got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Saquon Barkley in that offense versus Saquon Barkley, Devontae, and some rando, I'm game planning for that different. So ultimately, although they aren't maximizing these guys as of today, they still stress teams because they got to plan for that. So, so when I hear the notion of, hey, how we might move this guy or this guy may want out, whatever it is, okay, I can't predict those things, but ultimately it would be counterproductive for this offense in any capacity to move on from any one of those guys because at the end of the day, you have to game plan for that. And if you don't have a Saquon or you don't have a Devontae or AJ, whatever it is, that's a whole different game plan. And teams not even worrying about certain things with your team. And guess what? Even if AJ don't touch that ball, I bet you them coaches still saying, hey, listen, double him. He could pop, double him. It's a game. So, again, the criticism for this offense is absolutely justified. More so Patullo. It's justified. And when people criticize him, I totally understand it. I can't even really argue. I can't argue. I think I was talking about this on my live stream the other day. I was prepping for the show, and I'm like, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't have much disagreement with what LB is probably gonna say on the show on Wednesday or Tuesday, excuse me. I say whatever he say, I'm likely going to agree with him. We may just differ in terms of the patience, but for the most part, we're going to agree that
we on the same page.
It's just the patience.
It's not looking. It doesn't look good for Kevin Patullo right now. The offense looks too conservative. It looks too conservative. And I'm looking at, and I'm watching. I'm like, you've been here for 4 years. You know what this team could do on every you've seen damn near every version of it. You've seen every version of it, and the first 2 weeks, you just seem like you're being a little too conservative.
And I
crack that shit open.
Right. I feel like we didn't learn from our own mistakes, man. We gave Brian Johnson a buddy pass because he was on the staff as the QB coach. Now we giving Patullo a buddy pass because he was in the building. No, man, sometimes you gotta go out, bro. If my agency hired from within, they wouldn't have an all-star on their team. You know what I mean? They had to find me from somewhere else, bro. Sometimes you got to outsource what you really need, bro. I think it's college offensive coordinators who can run this offense better than Kevin Patullo. It has to be.
I'm sure.
Somebody said LB is patient zero.
I'm definitely patient zero. I ain't got no patience. I ain't got no patience for this, man, because
LB, I remember you saying on this show, yeah, rub that lip. Yeah, rub that lip. I remember you saying on this show, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, this is what you said last year. If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, I don't care what they do for the next 3 years. I don't care if they lose. I don't care what they do. If they win the Super Bowl this year, that's what you said on multiple streams.
So now we're gonna act like.
I hear you, Symone, but that's emotion talking. We know that.
That's right. So now we're gonna act like. So now we're gonna act like we don't know what the Super Bowl high sound like.
No,
now we're gonna act like we don't know what the Super Bowl high sound like.
Let me say what my point in saying that was. Relax and enjoy the winning. Enjoy it. We're coming off a Super Bowl. Roll your shoulders back.
And we talked about how this schedule
unclench your jaw.
Yeah, and we also talked about and we also talked about how the schedule's super. I hear you, but we also talked about how difficult this schedule is going to be, especially to start the first 4 weeks. We talked about it ad nauseum. We said those first 4 weeks, just try to get a win. Because I'm looking at the schedule now, and
it's
these
first
harder.
4 weeks.
I'm looking at these. I'm looking at the schedule right now. Those first 4 weeks are teams that know you very well, so it's hard to surprise them with anything, right? Now, I think week 5 and on is when we really going to be able to. I think week 5 is going to be a very beautiful spot for the Eagles offense for them to just build momentum, get that shit cracking. Not saying they can't start before that, because I would love for it to start next week against the Rams. I would love for it to start this week. I want it to start, but I'm looking at the schedule and I say to myself, if the Eagles can get through these first 4 weeks, 4-0, 3-1. And they got Denver, New York, Minnesota, New York. Then they got the bye week. In my opinion, you get past this first 4 weeks 4-0, you could very well get to your bye week undefeated. Very well.
Denver not sweet.
I know they're not sweet. They're not sweet. But I still look at them as a team that's still figuring out who they are. I watched that Colts game. I watched that.
They can get got anybody. So this is the thing about the Rams game for me. And this is why I think the offense got to get off to a better start. The Rams, I think they starting cornerback just went out for the season.
Yeah, Kello Witherspoon, he's on IR. He's not playing. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And you know, Jared Verse and that defensive line, they're gonna try to put an emphasis on stopping Saquon Barkley. We just gotta be better on offense, bro. Because the offense gonna have to support the defense. Because Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams both had over 100 yards last week.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That's a duo right there. I watched some of that.
This game
both had over 100 yards.
They can do it for sure.
You know what I mean? So that means Adoree Jackson bro, Puka Nacua will abuse Adoree Jackson,
Yo, he's gonna
abuse it. Puka Nacua is damn near maybe what?
Maybe
Adoree won't be playing. Maybe they put Ja'Cory in or something.
So what? We 2-0. We 2-0. There's no reason to make no changes.
My point was to be patient with the team. I didn't say
hear what fans just said about Adoree though?
I agree changes need to be made. My point was I'm not setting the house on fire with my team 2-0.
You know one thing that goes into our corner, the Rams really want to beat us. They really believe if it hadn't snowed,
all of these teams really wanted to beat us. Dallas really wanted to beat us. The Chiefs really wanted to beat us. The Rams really wanted to beat us.
Then the Bucks after that.
Right.
We about to play the 2-0 Rams, and we could very well be playing the 3-0 Bucks after this.
Exactly.
This week. This schedule has gotten harder.
You got some.
And it's no. What'd you say?
No, but you got some teams that want to get their lick back.
To it all as well.
You got some teams that really want to get their lick back against Philly. You got some teams that really got a chip on their shoulder when it comes to Philly.
That's why I also applaud the team for getting out these games with these wins, because everybody want our head. Like they want our head.
They hate us for real.
They
I ain't
do.
gonna lie, we play, and people gonna give us their best shot. So it could be the Dallas Cowboys really came out and really gave us the best they had. That's why Russell Wilson did what he wanted against them, because they have no motivation to be their best self. Just like the Chiefs, they gave us the best they had on the defensive side of the ball. But the win is the win. I expect to see the Rams wouldn't got these wide receivers for the Eagles. You know what I mean? The Cowboys went and got George Pickens for the Eagles. You know what I mean? Everybody went and got their game plan on in the offseason. And so far, we knocking them off, we dethroning them, or whatever the case may be. I just need to see better from Patullo, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Yeah, and I think it's fair to want that. I think it's fair to criticize it. Absolutely. I also think that we're in a position where, and again, I know people don't want to put too much stock into this. I know me and Symone put way more stock into it. I would much rather be in this position than the position we was in 2023, or I'd much rather be in this position where
2-0 in 2023.
But
doing the same thing, Tone, putting lipstick on a pig.
No, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, I feel like this team is significantly more personnel-wise, significantly more talented than they were in 2023. Defensively, it's not even a comparison. I guess what I'm trying to say is, because of the way this team is constructed and defensively the way they play, I think your room for error has grown in comparison to 2023 to 2025. But obviously, you don't want to go through the things you're experiencing. When I look at this team, I say to myself, okay, play calling has to improve. Other than that, I don't really see a big deficiency. So I just feel like that's one problem versus 3 or 4 we had in 2023, or that's one problem versus whatever other teams got to deal with. I do think this is something that can improve. The question is, will it? And I'm
they
not.
Fangio said something about Adoree.
Yeah, I was trying to tell you that earlier. Bottom line, I think the offense is going to improve. That's my position. Now, as far as Adoree goes, Fangio was like, yeah, we just waiting for him to become a good corner for us. I was cracking the fuck up, bro.
Still with that?
He said, listen, he showed some improvement from last week, but we just waiting for him to become a better corner for us, a good corner for us. I was like, yo,
that is crazy, bro.
Buddy in the chat said LB think this Madden. No, y'all think this Madden. Y'all think this Madden. Y'all
he ain't got no picks.
I don't know what. I don't understand this, bro. I don't understand this, bro. Because if we end up in a firefight, I'm nervous. I know we got the personnel to do it, but we have a team that only can run the plays that's being called, and that's clear. How the hell you don't have the dagger in the playbook?
First of all, you said if we end up in a firefight, you're nervous. We haven't been in that. We haven't been in that situation, so you don't know how the team will respond.
Actually, technically, that first half against Dallas was a firefight. Every time they scored,
it was a firefight.
Every single time.
It was a firefight.
Second of all, just wait and see how the team responded. In every scenario the team has been in this year, they won.
The firefight coming.
In every scenario they have been in this year, they made the win and play. They won. They got the win and stop. So let's see a scenario where they don't. We haven't seen that yet.
You're right.
I'm just more patient. That's all, and that's the main difference between us. We just not, one person is not playing. One person ain't patient at all right now, and one person is a little more patient. That's all. Our patience level is just different, and that's okay.
We gave Adoree Jackson all training camp. We gave him.
No, I ain't talking about him.
No, I'm talking about Ringo. I'm talking about Ringo. We gave Ringo the ultimate leash. I knew as soon as he woke up and there was OTAs, he had to go. You know what I mean? I knew it. As soon as he opened his eyes the morning of the OT, I said, this is not going to work here.
You mean me and Symone gave him a leash? He never had a leash.
That's what I'm saying. That's
he
what
never
I'm
had a
saying.
leash with you.
He never had a leash. Kevin Patullo, I'm going to give him a little more leash. But what do y'all really expect, though? Let me ask y'all this. What do y'all expect? Based off what y'all saw, you think that he could just flip a switch and be a different guy?
I think they can because they have the personnel to do so.
Yeah. You know, again, it'd be different if there was a clear deficiency in personnel. You're like, we can't compete. We just can't compete. But as far as the play calling goes, I think that can be fixed as far as looking at what you did before, what you didn't take advantage of, and just getting a better feel for what you're doing.
So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna truly tell y'all what. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone after this. I'm gonna tell you what really makes me nervous about this.
Okay,
is the fact that you can't judge week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys. That's the first game, but you had tape on how the Chargers were able to use and abuse that blitz. And we didn't look at that tape and say we can incorporate. We got the personnel to incorporate any style of offense in the National Football League that's being ran. So for you to have that tape on, the Chargers abused the Chiefs the week prior. For you to look at that and don't do none of that is outlandish to me, bro.
Y'all, they saying Dr. Dre passed.
No, I'm not saying that nowhere. I'm literally looking on. I saw it too. I'm not saying that nowhere. I just Googled his name. That's not anywhere. I'm not saying that anywhere.
Nah, man, that would be crazy, bro.
Now, Robert Redford passed away today. I don't know who that is. But it's an actor, Robert Redford.
Where y'all see that at?
They talking about bro talking about the dagger. Hell yeah, the play that keep getting played on every clip, run it again. Shit, run it. That should be in the arsenal forever. Hell yeah, I'm talking about the dagger.
Now I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Me too.
But yeah. Ultimately, again, you guys, you know, we gonna what was fucking you talking about? What the fuck he did, y'all? What are y'all talking about? I'm not even saying it nowhere. It's not even on Twitter, and Twitter get shit early.
Right.
I ain't saying nothing about Dr. Dre on Twitter. Let me see. I need to refresh it. I see Robert Redford. Motherfuckers just be talking. But anyway, let's try to transition. Last word.
Funny. He talking about LB face when Symone said it. Yeah, man, it's Dr. Dre, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. I was hurt immediately, bro.
So
it's too much going on.
It is too much
so
going
on. let's transition a little bit.
I'm trying to figure out how to get a grasp back on the show.
I'm trying to because my mind is still on the offense, low key. My mind is still on because I understand LB's concerns. I really, really do. And I'm trying not to go. I guess what it is.
Don't be like me. Don't jump off the edge yet.
No, I know how I can carry it. That's the thing. I know how I can carry it, and I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to be on that ledge with you. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to be the one to pull you off of it. Everybody can't be on the ledge. We all can't be on the ledge.
What's going to upset me is when I look at this man interview and when I do my live stream tonight. That's what's going to upset me.
And that's everybody can't be on the ledge. So if one of us on the ledge, if that's you, LB, all right, cool. I'll be the one to try to pull you off because you're my man and I love you. I can't have you jumping off. I can't have you jump out the window.
I ain't jumped yet. I ain't jumping. I'm there talking to myself. But you looking down,
my nigga. You looking
with a
down.
cigar. I'm blowing my cigar smoke off the edge. I'm looking down, seeing how far it is. I'm just talking to myself right now.
Bro, all it takes is a little bit of wind. Knock you off that motherfucker.
Right.
You that close is what I'm trying to say. So, overall, though, these first 4 weeks are going to tell us a lot. We said this, actually. The first 4 weeks are going to tell us a lot about this team as far as just resilience.
I think, yeah, you're right.
It's going to tell us a lot.
So far, we know what we made of. We know about our resiliency. We know about our guts. We know what we made of already.
Let's do that. Let's. That's the perfect transition. Although there are things to criticize about this team, and there are, and we have done it. What are you encouraged about when it comes to this team based off the things you saw?
Our guts, our testicular fortitude, our moxie, our ability to still be men and still have this one thing to say. So what? We won the game. Shut your ass up. At the end of the day, that's what it really matters about. What bothers me is the flack that our players get, because I know how good our players are, but the numbers don't look good. Damn, it start raining. The numbers don't look good. But the performance don't look good.
He said, "What are you positive about, LB?"
I'm positive. I'm positive about
right there. Period.
Or encouraged. You know what I mean? See,
I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged about our mindset. I'm encouraged about our mindset and always keeping the main thing the main thing. But I don't want to see no Nick Sirianni and Kevin Patullo dancing. I don't want to see that. They don't have shit to be dancing about.
Yeah, I'm positive about the defense, man. I mean, the biggest question in this offseason was how our defense was going to look, losing so many pieces. Obviously, CJ, one of them, pass rush, lost a lot there, but defense been looking great. Not even 100% yet. Jalen Carter, they saying his shoulder he's still feeling his shoulder. Missed a few practices this offseason with the shoulder. So just knowing that we're not 100% on this defense, but the guys are still gritty, still getting them takeaways, still making plays, carrying over from last season, even with so many new pieces. That's huge. Offense taking care of the ball, doing what they doing enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Let's get to some of these super chats because they start to pile up.
All I can say is doing enough.
You know,
doing enough.
If I can say anything about this team,
offense doing enough, man. You know what? I'm about sick of both of y'all.
Offense doing enough.
I ain't say that now. I ain't say doing enough. But I'll say this though. I'll say that one thing they proved to me is that, or that I feel good about, is that if shit get messy, if they in a situation where they're in a dog fight, I trust this team to handle business in that regard. I trust this team to be able to, like you said, LB, have the testicular fortitude to be able to handle any sort of adversity that come their way in the midst of a football game, right? These first couple weeks has been very strange for this team, nonetheless. So let's get to these.
Hey, y'all, I'm gonna drop for like 5 minutes. I'm gonna come right back on.
You good? No, you good. You got time, bro.
I want to absolutely apologize to nobody for my opening spiel at the beginning. I said what I said. They need to tighten up.
For sure. For sure. And remember, you still 2-0, LB. Keep that in mind. You still 2-0.
I am.
You could be 0-2.
You see my shirt? You see how I carry it? I am, though. All right, let me get in here.
For sure. Oh, man. But, yeah, Symone, let's get to these super chats real quick before we start to close this thing out. Shout out to LB. Hopefully he make it back before we officially close. We got like 21 super chats, so we should be
shout out to y'all
through these.
Chats.
We got Elaine Jones, Miss Jones. Hey, Mrs. Jones,
Hey, Miss Jones.
She's my 3 favorite people. Oh, we appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Jones. All right, let's see. The anime gamer, shout out to my guy. He says, chill, y'all making me hungry.
I'm about to get right back to it.
Yeah, for sure. I got to figure out what I'm about to eat, man. Carlos Rosado with the super chat. He says, we have an OC who never call plays, who never call plays, is the only we have I gotta use commas. We have an OC who never call plays. Experience is the only teacher. Let the man go through his growing pains. We have no choice to come back in a few weeks, in my opinion. Okay.
Never call plays. Experience is the only teacher. Let that man go through his growing pains. We have no choice. Come back in a few weeks. I hear you. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. And there are some people who just get it right away. There's some guys who got to learn on the job, man. It's like, it is what it is. Shane Steichen's year 2 was way better than his year 1. The anime gamer, he says, not the file. He says, not the file. The file on the desk.
Y'all funny, man. That file shit is hilarious. That's going to be the running joke all year, I can tell. Big Dog 5215 says, man, I was saying this in y'all chats. 14 passes, under 10 yards, 5 behind the line of scrimmage. AJ don't got 100 yards in 2 weeks. KP got to get right. Real shit. No, Big Dog, I feel you, man.
Yeah, we agree. We offense need to be more explosive.
They should be way more. Like, I ain't gonna lie. There was one play where AJ had ran a zig route and he dusted his opponent. And Jalen looked right at him and then threw the ball. I was like, bro, throw the fucking rock. AJ would have got 10 yards plus easily.
Yeah. I
think it was right before halftime.
There was like 2 times I felt like Jalen was holding on to the ball too long.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think the larger sample size is, hey, them routes are trash. That's the larger sample size. But there were moments in that game where I'm like, hey, Jalen, throw that rock. Come on, what you doing? So, yeah, again, we'll see, man. 2 weeks, I'm not ready to jump out the window, but it's cracked. I tell you that the breeze coming through. The breeze coming through, but I ain't ready to jump out yet. The Anime Gamer back again says, I agree with what you said yesterday, Tone. KP needs to get his head out of his ass. Yeah, I said that yesterday for sure. I mean, I definitely said that.
On it with the streams.
Yo, all the time, man. All the time.
I'll be tapping into y'all streams.
Gotta get this money. You know, we all can't get that ESPN money, Tone. Symone, you know what I mean? We all can't get that ESPN money. We all we all can't get that. What is it? That press box money. You dig?
Gotta get it how you can.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. I love what you do. JT87 with the super chat says LB be so emotional. Last year, Moore didn't get going till week 6 against the Giants. LB won and Nick fired last year.
That's what I'm saying. Like every year we mad about something. Every game we mad about something.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
We not gonna act like the year we went to the Super Bowl and last year we was just happy every week. Like people is mad nonstop. Every week it's something to be mad about. Like
I'm trying to remember what we was mad about in 2022. It was something we was mad about. I just can't remember what it was.
Somebody was saying offense fizzling out in the second half. Like offense started hot and then the second half fizzled.
That's what it was. You know what it was? For 2022, we start out hot, but we trash in the second half. It's 2020, 2023, defense is trash. We keep turning the ball over. You know, we force feeding AJ Brown. 2024, we can't score in the first half, but we come alive in the second half. Then 2025, offensive play calling, lackluster, no creativity. But you know what happens in the end? We always happen to figure it out at some point in the season. That's why I'm really glad people are on the Packers right now. Because if you ask me, I think the Packers playing their best. I think they're playing their best.
Look good, man. Like,
but I think this is their best. I really do. Defensively, they're playing good right now. I want to be that team that's peaking at the right time. I
agree. Like, I'm still confident in us, but I'm saying, I mean, the Packers look legit.
They do look. No, I'm not going to discount it, but they ain't beat us yet. So therefore, they ain't who they think they is to me.
Right.
You know, they could beat everybody else. We beat y'all twice last year. I ain't got no reason to respect you yet, personally. That's my humble opinion. But I'm watching the football games, and whoever you play against, I'm gonna call it how I see it. You look good. You look good.
But
you ain't beat me yet. So,
right.
Let's see. AJ Sartor with the super chat. It says, I wish Sirianni was on top of play calling skills because we would not have to deal with this new OC problem. I do agree with that. Jalen would have success, Mahomes and Reed, and now Love having success with LaFleur. LaFleur is a really good play caller. Obviously Andy Reid is. We are seeing though the cracks in Andy Reid's armor these past couple seasons though. Mm-hmm. We are seeing it. He looking a little he looking a little suspect. Even with the lack of talent, they look suspect on offense. But I understand what you're saying, AJ. I do wish Sirianni was a little bit more of a play caller in that regard because it would limit some of the turnover at the OC position. I definitely see what you're saying. The impact wouldn't be as great.
They won't be happy with Nick calling plays either.
But I think he's trying to say is if he was good at it.
Oh, he's saying yeah.
Green Wingman with the super chat. He says Hurts, Nick, KP. Who gets the percentage of criticism for the slow offensive game? Well, I can't look at Nick because Nick doesn't call plays at the end of the day. He's not calling plays. Now you could talk about game plan and whatever it may be, but he's not calling the plays at the end of the day on game day. So if I had to divvy up any kind of criticism, I think I'm probably going to say 70 KP, 30% Jalen Hurts, something like that. If I'm just trying to be fair about it, because I think Jalen Hurts has played decent in spite of the bad play calling, especially in week 1. Week 2 just looked like nothing could happen offensively, you know. So, but also the Chiefs did a good job. They did a good job. Got to give them credit for that too.
Yeah, I'm not really putting much blame on Jalen.
Not much.
I feel like majority of it is the play calling, and Jalen's been making the best out of it, especially against Dallas week 1. Like, did you see Jalen was pissed on Sunday? Oh yeah, he was getting it. Who was talking to Tyler? He was talking to Tyler Steen. He was talking to AJ Dillon. You saw him looking at the sideline like he you know, Jalen don't get animated in games. That's what I'm saying. Like, if Jalen getting animated like this, like they ain't gonna fix this, bro. Like, it's not because of complacency. You know what I mean? Like, which I'm happy about on this team. Yeah, and so another thing, like any issues they're going to address it, especially with Jalen being so vocal like that on the field now.
And also, I'm at a point now, maybe people feel differently, but I'm at a point now where if Jalen Hurts playing, I think we win in any game. I'm at that point. Like, I don't care how the game going. If Jalen playing, I feel like we're gonna win.
Yeah.
He just got that. He got the energy with me.
Defense. Jalen and this Vic Fangio defense. Like, this defense we've seen under Vic Fangio is going to make winning plays. It's going to come up big, get those stops. And Jalen, we know, is going to move them chains. So I feel like with those two, we good.
Yeah, and also offensive line not getting enough criticism. They haven't played the best the past 2 weeks, but I think that's a situation that can actually get better because we got the right coach, we got talent. That's not I just think they need to be a little bit more in sync. Mr. 89 with the super chat says, I get the tush push is unstoppable, but why aren't we using AJ Dillon in short yardage situations? We got the next blunt, a Jai potential at this moment. You know what's so funny? When AJ Dillon got into the game in that Chiefs game, that offense started moving. And it seemed like the Chiefs had a hard time figuring out how to play him or how to because Saquon scored off that drive where AJ Dillon started touching that rock. So I think we need to have more. I know Saquon is who he is, and you want the ball in Saquon's hands. But at the same time, I think we need to change the pace up a little bit more because when Dillon was in the game, the play calling was a little different. They did something, it was just a different vibe. And I think the Chiefs had a hard time matching his physicality. That's what I think. So,
and I feel like on those, it was like 3rd and 1, and we doing the tush push. I feel like that should be a handoff. Like, I'm not like against, the tush push at all. Like, I'm fully for the tush push, but I do think like sometimes in them short yardage situations, like 3rd and 1, that could be a handoff to AJ Dillon.
I feel you on that 100% because I'm be honest with you, I'm not a fan of doing it back to back.
And I don't like doing that play back to back. Like, that's why we got AJ Dillon here. Like, another power back. Like, use it. Yeah, for sure. You didn't. Again, especially
I think AJ Dillon
smoking in that game.
Yeah, I think AJ Dillon can affect the game way more than what they give him credit for. I really do, because it completely changes how the running game is perceived. Like he's a significantly more physical back than Saquon, significantly more physical, just because that's his style. Yeah, we need to see more creativity from Patullo. Bottom line, we need to see more creativity. It's just that simple. More alignments. We need to see more. Joseph Robinson with the super chat says, "Scrap the tush push." Oh, it's a question mark. He said, "Scrap the tush push." You sound crazy because of what other people think. If it wasn't for the tush push, we would have lost the last game. Toughen up, LB. Y'all funny, man. I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think he was necessarily saying scrap it. I think he was kind of indicating that like it's getting talked about way more in a light that you gotta be more creative than just relying on that in certain instances. And I think that's what Symone saying too. Like, I think they ran it like 6 times in that game, like 6-7 times. And I was like, there's moments where I was like, yo, just get a ball to AJ Dillon. Like, just do something different. Like, if it's 4th and 1, all right, I get it. But like, dog. Anyway, thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it. Big Dog Reese says, difference is we have Shane in 2021 and we had consistency at coaching. Yeah. So Shane Steichen was there in 2021. You had him again in 2022. So you saw growth in that regard. And the thing is, right, people want us to get an outside guy at OC, and you can, but you gotta be. Guys have career aspirations. It's rare you see guys stay somewhere for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and just be a career OC. That's why I think they need to go for an older guy, so they ain't got to worry about this. When you go for an older guy that's been around the block already, you can. The likelihood of him trying to be a head coach is slimmer. Mm-hmm. It's just that simple. And I'm still on board with Frank Reich if he ever decides to come back to Philly, but who knows? Some people just like to lead the pass in the past. But yeah, man, Big Dog Reese, I understand what you're saying. JT87 back again says 2022 we started fast because we had a second-year play caller. Yeah, I agree with that angle. Big Dog 5215 says $57 million in decoys is insane. Yo, I hate that word. I hate that word in sports. Decoy. I don't know why. I hate that word in sports.
Oh,
even though I know what people mean, I just hate it.
No,
Zay
he was
Monster.
talking about when you were saying AJ Brown, we're not gonna trade him.
Say it again.
He was talking about when you were saying we're not gonna trade AJ Brown because
Oh yeah, no, I know what he was talking about. I'm just saying, like, just as an aside. Like,
yeah, the word decoy.
Yeah, it's something about it I don't like. It's like everybody got that word that they don't really like. I don't like that word in the context of sports. I just don't. Because my thing is, if you hurt, get the fuck out the field. Zay Monster, though, he says, I think there needs to be some uncomfortable talks like there was last year about the defense. But this time with the offense, KP is scared to be cut. I think there were some uncomfortable conversations last year with the offense. They had it over the bye week.
Mm-hmm.
And
they said that. Remember, the players came out and were like, we had a tough conversation with each other. I'm pretty sure Jordan Mailata, one of the linemen, was saying how
Lane Johnson, they all went to coach.
They had a combo. So I mean, we know this team is this team isn't complacent.
Mm-hmm.
So conversations will be had.
Absolutely
will be made.
Right, and I think Jalen was on the record on the America's Game documentary. He was on record saying, after that, during that bye week, that was the most me and Nick was on the phone ever. He said, if you check our call logs, you'll see my name going all the way down his for days. You'll see his on my, like, he said that was the most we've ever spoken, like, over that span, over the course of a week or over the course of 2 weeks. So the good thing is, I think we had people in the building that are capable of having tough conversations, and Jalen Hurts is not a guy at this point in his career. Jalen Hurts is in year 6, year 5 as a starter. Jalen Hurts has earned equity in his organization, earned equity in his league. He's a guy that's not going to be comfortable with the offense looking like this. I know people use AJ Brown as their example of people not being satisfied, but y'all think Jalen Hurts is comfortable with the shit? Jalen Hurts know damn well what he got. Yeah, he like winning, but he know this shit could look way better.
Right.
So yeah, I trust the personnel, and I trust Nick Sirianni. I don't care what nobody say, man. My man, a Super Bowl champ. I trust Nick Sirianni, dog. Green Goblin with the super chat says, do y'all think the offense is bland because the tush push is being used as a crutch? They look like they run plays purposely to get short down situations. Interesting. That is interesting. I don't know if I'm ready to say that, but I see in that Chiefs game, you kind of saw that though. Especially in the fourth quarter when they were just trying to win the game. In the fourth quarter, it looked like they were just trying not to lose, not to win.
Yeah, that's what it looked like in the fourth quarter. I don't know about the entire game. I don't think so. I saw someone saying that they think, KP is being more conservative because he's scared to make mistakes. I don't think it's necessarily trying to set up the tush push. I think it's just him, in lack of better terms, playing scared a little bit, afraid to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So keeping it too simple.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, they talented, but that's not an excuse for you to lack in what you do either. You know what I'm saying? Talent is, Jalen said all the time, talent's not enough. Alex with the super chat, he says, common denominator where every new OC has been Nick. It's been known Nick tries to push his offense on his guys. Howie needs to tell Nick to back off and let the OC cook.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah, it always does. It always does.
See it come to.
It always does. Whenever the OC not playing well, Nick calling the plays. No, he's not. He's not calling the plays. He's not. Alex with another super chat. He says, look at Tampa Bay, new OC, last 3 years, and looks good. Yeah, that OC decided to stay there. But they were building something. So he had no reason to leave. You feel what I'm saying?
And it's not the same for everybody.
And also, let's keep it real. Tampa Bay has been in close games in 2 weeks in a row. It's taken
in a close game. What are we talking about?
It's taken them like last second drives to win some of these football games. And look, that's awesome, right? That you're able to do that. But let's not pretend Tampa Bay has just been a roller beater the past 2 weeks. They haven't.
And even going into last season, they was a close game machine last season as well too. Like
yeah,
they not blowing the top off nobody
at all. Joseph Robinson with the super chat says, here we are in the golden era Eagles football, and all we do is complain. Love y'all, LB. You tripping.
That's my point. Like, I'm enjoying my winning in my winning era. Like, why am I going to be stressing myself out when I came off 2 wins? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we fans. Like, and I want to enjoy myself as a fan. Like,
and again, this schedule was the third hardest, second hardest in the league. We knew the season was going to be tough to start. We knew. and you got a new OC with the schedule. Like, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I'm just going off of what we talked about. We talked about this. This was not going to be an easy start. So it's going to be important. It's going to be important for us to get the wins, at least start out. I'm telling you, I got this feeling. Maybe y'all can quote me on it. I may be wrong. It may happen sooner. But I got a feeling that once they get past this gauntlet the first 4 weeks of teams that know you very well, once they get to that Giants game, I think they're going to unload. I really do. I think they need to I think they need a good stretch of games where they can just build offensive confidence and just cook. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But again, it could happen sooner. This could be the week. This could be the week where a team forces you to get in your bag, like the Rams, because they got offensive weapons. Sometimes
that's the whole point. It's not like it's not like the team hasn't answered the bell.
Yeah.
So to say that we're not gonna have confidence that they can respond is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Until I see them not respond, I'm not worried. They've responded to every situation so far.
Yeah, and again, I think the issues here are way different. I think they're a way better coach. I think they're matured. I think that 2020 year has created a callous on them that they won't experience that level of fall off again. That was something unheard of, that fall off in 2023. I think they've been through too much to even allow themselves to experience that. Joseph Satchel, super chat, says, I know people are concerned with the offense. People need to pump the brakes when saying it looks like 23. 2023 defense was ass. 2025 defense is young and rough. Y'all funny, man. Y'all be cracking me up. Joseph Satchel back again says, I love what he said to Chris Jones. Chiefs are crybabies. Did you see the Chiefs Twitter page?
No, not that. I saw a bunch of like fan pages tweaking. I didn't see their actual one.
Their official page, they said, and I quote, well, let me not quote because I don't know exactly what they said, but like I'm a verbatim. Well, I'm gonna give you a paraphrase. They basically said we were able to hold the Eagles' offense to 20 points or less.
Oh, I did see that.
And I'm like
what, 2023 or something?
Something like that. And I'm like, yo, you trying to lose your job because y'all lost? Exactly. What are you talking about? That's not, you lost the game.
Exactly.
In the NFL, you got to stack these wins early. You got to stack the wins early.
That was nuts.
That was crazy.
That was nuts.
Joseph set you back again with a super chat. He says, KP has been with Jalen from the start. They will be okay. If it crumbles, then panic. Right now, they are winning. Beat the champs if you can. Yeah, man.
Period.
Joseph Robinson with the super chat says, LB had us losing to the Chiefs. He did? I don't know. Did he?
Yeah, I was losing to Chiefs.
I don't think I heard that. I don't think I ever heard LB going to a game having us losing.
Right. Now he'll say he's scared, but I've never heard him say that we was actually gonna lose.
Yeah. Now Elliott Shore Parks on the other hand. Elliott Shore Parks on the other hand, he talk about this is an acceptable loss.
Right.
If they lose. And then when they win, he criticizing the hell out of them. But you just called it an acceptable loss.
So which one is it?
Yeah, man. Anyway, that's the last super chat. That's pretty much the show, man. I ain't really got much else to really tap into, y'all. We really do appreciate the love and the support. My last thing is, yeah, for sure, man. You guys showed up with the super chat, so we really do appreciate that. I guess my last point, if I have any point, is look, give Kevin Patullo a chance to stack up some film against himself so he can say, okay, I got to fix this, I got to fix that. You know, you don't know what you don't know. So I think Kevin Patullo, now he got 2 weeks of film to look at and see where he need to step his game up in. I think the offense has their first 30-point game this Sunday. I do.
Yeah, my takeaway is our quarterback said, our Super Bowl MVP said, winning is the only thing that matters. It's been 2 games. Twice the team found a way to win. Mm-hmm. So I'm feeling it. We will see how this team responds to a high-power offense like the Rams. We're about to find out. My money is on the Eagles.
As always.
So I'm excited for this weekend. It's gonna be a big game, baby. I actually have to work during the game, but I'm kind of glad so it can take some of my stress away a little bit.
No, see that's the opposite for me. If I had to work during the game, oh my God. I
couldn't focus on what I'm doing. Because I gotta glance, I gotta glance at it. If I'm just so my stress is a little bit, diverted.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because this is gonna be a big week. I mean, the Rams.
Yeah.
Again, this is gonna be a week where we're gonna have to put up a lot of points. So
I still don't understand why people feel like if it didn't snow, they win that game. I don't understand that logic. Because when we played them in LA, it didn't snow. It was a nice night. Beautiful, beautiful fall night. We smoked them.
Just the haters looking for a reason to be mad that the Eagles won. That's simply all it is.
Like, because as far as like, Lord, why would the weather make it easy for us?
Exactly. But they just mad we won and looking for a reason.
Yeah.
Because again, all these teams want our head.
That's another thing people got to like. These teams, they giving you their best shot. You just got to survive it.
Right.
They're giving you their best shot. Anyway, that's the show, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Subscribe to Laura Brunson. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Symone Stanley. Symone with the sports does amazing work, man. Y'all see her. She's doing sideline reporting. She's doing color commentary, football games, play-by-play. She don't play-by-play. She doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? She does everything. She's a woman of many skills. So make sure y'all lock in on her, man. She does great work. Again, that's Symone with the sports on YouTube. And also make sure you guys lock in with your boy Tone DeShields II on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge to the game. You guys getting content every single day.
Won.
And we won the game. Your Eagles are 2-0. 2-0. And I said this before the live stream, made it before. Would you rather be the Chiefs with the issues, or would you rather be the Eagles with their issues? I think I know what side of the fence I'd rather be on. It's just that simple. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Linc Up YouTube channel. This has been the Linc Up featuring Symone Stanley, Laura Brunson, and your guy, Tone DeShields II. And we out of here.